Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 5 by Image Comics, made by Todd Farling and Brett Booth. And we're gonna dive in. I still have COVID problems, so forgive me. I'm not very sharp. Okay, so let's dive in. So we see the clown towering over and his minions and the Violator towering over Gunslinger Spawn, and he was knocked out, and he's now, I don't know, coming to himself. And it seems that the clown needs him for his plans. He asked a question in the last issue that basically that he wants to Gunslinger Spawn to join him to kill or betray normal Spawn, L. Simmons. Why he thinks that's a good idea, that's beyond me, because they are both Spawns, and as far as I know, this Gunslinger Spawn has not, has animosity against normal Spawn, I think. But hey, here we are. And Spawn, I call him just Spawn in this video, stands up and attacks the clown, and they're going toe to toe with each other. But the clown is way stronger, and well, it seems that Gunslinger here is weak, as you can see here. Now, there's only one thing that confused me a little bit. He says I'm not, and what does he mean with that? Well, I can show you. He says here, so they're going at each other, right? Cool. Looks visual, very impressive. He says, "You think I'm still the same old clown?" Okay, I'm confused here, because as far as I know, and that's what the comic is telling me, is that this is the very first time that the clown and this Spawn are meeting. So I'm not sure why he says that sentence. He implies that these people know each other for a very long time, which is not the case. Maybe a continuity error, this? I'm not entirely sure, but it seems really weird. I don't think this is the right sentence. Or maybe I'm missing something, but as far as I know, I'm not. Okay. Basically, this whole... okay, I'm coming back to that. So he basically going back to his origins, and... am I missing something? Wait a minute, I'm a little bit too fast. Okay, so, well, as you can see here, he wants to attack him, but then he laughs, and he's grabbing him, and he says, you know what? For a Spawn, you're okay. I'm beginning to like you. And so he tells his sob story. And then we see the flashback, how he and Spawn met, and it seems that he, and probably other demons too, are creators of the Spawn suit, but they instead of giving them to the demons, like clown, the higher ups in hell and heaven are giving it to humans. I don't know why, nor do I care. Maybe I knew it one time, but that's been a very long time ago. It's been a very long time ago that I have read a regular Spawn, so I'm not bothered to look it up. But then he upgraded himself somehow, and he also nearly took over Spawn symbiote. And then he talks again about unlocking the dead zones. Now, I still don't know what the dead zones are, and maybe I have to look that up. But it seems that Simmons turned it nuclear, and without knowing it, created a time rip. So he'd been sucked in, and Gunslinger Spawn is being thrown out. So he went into the future. He met another self, and he met his Violator self, but it seems that that creature is mindless, so he tamed him. And then he came across Kincaid. Kincaid was, I believe, one of the child killers in one of the early Spawn comics. And he's in hell, I believe, or on Earth, I'm not sure. I believe he was in hell. And not only that, the Violator, now together with the clown, also made it more enhanced, as he calls it. So Kincaid wants to get out, and because he knows the way back. And the clown agrees to that, but he says, I want the souls of every child he ever killed. And Kincaid agrees to that. So Spawn is now getting pissed off, and he says, your army is a bunch of dead kids. Yeah, something like that. And then he says, I'm curious, why don't you just take out Simmons himself? He says it's not that easy. It seems that Spawn is now pretty powerful, and so he needs to be sneaky, right? And that's the reason why he needs someone he can trust. I mean, someone who Simmons can trust, which is in this case Gunslinger. And if he agrees to work with the clown, he's going to send him back to the past. And that's the first thing he's going to do. But of course, Gunslinger doesn't trust him. But then during their conversations, there are wolves showing up. And at some point, there are more wolves coming. And basically, Gunslinger says, because he wants to go back to 1862, I'm sorry. Because in 1864, it was the day of the year that he was being transported, but also that I believe his sister died. So he wants to go back 2 years. And he asked the clown, is it possible? And he says, yeah, I probably will. And then he's getting pissed off and he says, I'm not asking if it's possible. I'm asking, can you do it? If not, I'm gone from here. So these wolves are here, and so they have some kind of is that how you call a Mexican standoff? Because there's a lot of growling, savagery here, lots of teeth, lots of animal instinct. But then one of these clown kids or minions is making a mistake, and then all hell breaks loose. And you can see what's happening here. But both Spawn and Clown says, stop. And Spawn says, if we stay here, more wolves will come. But he has no control of the wolves. So does that mean he has some kind of a hidden power or something that he, I don't know, attracts wolves because just being there? I don't know. Seems interesting. So he says, if I join you, what's my job? Well, I explained it already to you. He says, there's two things you can do. One, make sure Spawn stays alive. He dies, we're both screwed. And two, the way to do that is become his friend, or at least get him to believe that's true. Spawn is going to do it. And we have this power meter. So I looked it up, and it seems that if this is counting down, just like a normal Spawn, his power is he's dry. Let's leave it at that. So is this a fun issue? Not really. I mean, it's more like a waste of my time. I mean, the art is good. I love the backstory. It's interesting from the clown's perspective, what happened, but it's not giving us much or something revealing. And yeah, if this comic was not existing and they continue in this one with the next chapter, or, continuing the real story instead of, yapping and yelling and biting and growling and threatening and fighting, which is okay, but I need more substance than that. So yeah, overall, this is a filler issue. I don't like most filler issues because it's filler. And it doesn't progress the story very much. Too bad. But let's see what happens next. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you see you next time. Bye-bye.